What's up, everyone, and welcome to OTP 18. And I uploaded an OTP 17 video earlier this week, and I said we will be continuing the Vancouver Canadians series into OOTP 18, where we will be doing the playoffs in the new game simulation thing that they just introduced. So I didn't want to do it in the old game. I wanted to wait for OTP 18 to come out because I knew it was coming out soon. And I actually recorded that episode of OOTP 17 like last week. So I've not played OOTP, even though I recorded those 2 episodes in like a 2-day span. I haven't played OOTP since then because I knew I would only want to play that series. Because this series is a blast. I really have fun when I actually sit down and play it when OOTP is fresh. But I should be playing this game a lot more now that the new game is out and baseball season's on. Like, the reason I kind of get out of these like games as the seasons go is because the season's over. For like when I was doing football, I haven't done as much football lately because football season ended, and I haven't really been posting very much because baseball season hadn't started yet, and I wasn't doing 2K this year. So we'll be doing a lot of baseball stuff going forward. This is out now. I'll probably do this for the next couple days, and then MLB The Show comes out Tuesday. So I actually misspoke in the update video that I made the other day. I said that it would be out this weekend, and I was mistaken. I thought it was coming out this weekend, but I didn't double check the dates on that. So that is my apologies on that one. But I will be doing content for that definitely Tuesday, because I will have pretty much every day free after that. So OTP 18, we'll be continuing in Vancouver. I'm gonna load. I loaded in the game already. I loaded over the save, and right off the bat, I noticed this game's a lot more visually slick, very rounded, shadowed. A lot cleaner. Hopefully it freezes less. That was an issue that I had last year for some reason. The only thing I really don't like, that I'm gonna have to get used to, that I don't like off the bat, is that everything is capital. Like, if I go to the team home screen, this is all caps, and my name is just all caps, and if I go to the league home screen, everything's all caps, like that. So we're gonna hop right into this. I do have to simulate another day first, though. I will show you. Well, actually, it shows right here. The Baltimore Orioles won the wild card game, but we'll go actually to the wild card coverage. And where's the game? There we go. Box score. So the Baltimore Orioles won 6-3. They took a 4-1 lead early, and Boston came back to tie it at not tie it, but make it 4-3 or 4-2. And then Baltimore came back with another, so it was 5-2, and then it was 5-3, and then it was 6-3, and that was how it ended. I'll show you guys the box score really quick. That's that, and that's the pitching. So we will simulate another day, and we'll look at the wild card in the NL, see who faces the Dodgers. And it is going to be the Colorado Rockies winning over the Nationals 8-3. So the Nationals came out first with the lead, but then the Rockies came back and scored 6 in the bottom of the 4th, and then they added 2 in the bottom of the 7th to make it 8-2. Washington tried to come back in the 8th with a run, but were quickly shut down by the Rockies. This is the box score. Victor Robles is playing first base. Really? That's insane. Why is he playing first base? He's not even like a good hitting first baseman. Alright, well, that's beside the point, though. As you can see right there, that's that. And this is the pitching. John Gray really get out of actually 10 strikeouts. And Joe Ross, a guy who we tried to trade for like 4 times, is terrible. So I guess it's kind of great we didn't trade for him now. Maybe he'd be shitty in the playoffs. Alright, so let's look very quickly at Baltimore. And we have to set our rotation. And then I'm going to cut out while I save, and then we will get going with the playoffs. So we're going to be facing Clay Buchholz, Drew Hutchison, and Robbie Irwin at the very least in this series. That would be, if we swept them, we would only have to face those 3. Maybe Bundy will be rested by then, but I doubt it. So as I click on Dylan Bundy, there's another thing I wanted to show off, was the new player screen for pitchers and hitters. It's both different. So this area right here with summary that I'm scrolling over right now, this used to be on the right, and then this position, and for pitchers, I guess it's batting ratings, but for outfielders and infielders, I know it's like defensive ratings. So that used to be over here, I'm pretty sure, like with the hitting stats usually right underneath it. I think I'm not 100% sure. I haven't played the game in like a while, like a couple weeks, but so this is the same over here, but then this is moved, and this screen used to be on the right. That's the only thing I'm gonna have to get used to is that. But Dylan Bundy's been a great pitcher. He was a 4-win pitcher last year. He's a 3.5-win pitcher this year, and he put up whips of 121 and 126 in the last 2 seasons. So he's been very good, and he was a really good reliever before they actually almost traded for him as a reliever a couple years ago, before he was this good. Clay Buchholz is the guy we're gonna have to face in Game 1. Great control, but doesn't really have a lot of great material other than the sinker, and as you can see, did not perform the greatest this year. He had a 117 whip, but it was kind of an aberration because he had a really low walk rate, he had a really low strikeout rate, but he like didn't allow very many hits, and his ERA was really high. I don't know. It seems like a lot of this was kind of the result of good defense, as we'll go over when you see the lineup. I already looked at the lineup, so that's why I know that. Drew Hutchison, a man that we had a couple years ago. Great changeup, great slider, pretty good fastball. Not great control or movement, but played pretty well for the Orioles despite allowing 33 home runs this season. Was pretty efficient. 4.14 ERA, 1.10 ERA plus. Not a lot of strikeouts, but he got the job done. And the funny thing is, he actually had one of the highest strikeout rates in the last few years when we had him, and he was awful. So that's that. That's Drew Hutchison. Not great, but not terrible either, I guess. Robbie Erlin has been pretty decent this year after a terrible last season where he had the most losses in the league and had a whip of 143. He's been pretty okay this year, although his WAR is actually lower than last season, which kind of doesn't make any sense, but I don't really know. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, I don't think. Unless it's because he allowed less home runs last season. I have no clue. I don't really know how they calculate that. But their other starter this year was Hunter Harvey, or at least toward the end of the year, I should say. I don't think he was starting for very long. No, he was in Norfolk most of the year. And actually he was at Bowie for a fair majority of the season. He's very, very talented, but doesn't have great control. So I guess he's a pretty decent bullpen weapon, but he allowed 4.3 walks in his 5 starts per 9 and didn't get many strikeouts, so not something I'm super concerned about. They have a decent, not great bullpen. Tyler Clippard's very good. He's probably going to be closing for them, I imagine, even though he's listed as a setup man right now. Jeremy Jeffress is pretty solid. Didn't have a great year this year, but he was pretty good for them the last 2 years. Adam Liberatore came out of nowhere to have a great year, it looks like. Josh Smoker had a pretty solid year. Dominic Leone was kind of terrible, but has had success in the past. Jake Petrica can't get strikeouts, but he doesn't allow very many runs. He actually had more walks than strikeouts this year, funnily enough, but for some reason his ERA is super low. Sergio Romo's been pretty good in the past, still pretty solid at age 36. And Hunter Harvey, we already went over. Lineup-wise, they have Chance Sisco, who's okay at getting on base and doesn't really do a whole lot else. Chris Davis, elite hitter still at this point in his career. Or, well, maybe not elite, but well above average hitter. Jonathan Schoop traditionally hits for power and doesn't do a whole lot else, and it looks like that's kind of the case this year. He was injured for a lot of the year, it looks like, though. And Alejandro Juvier played quite a bit in his stead. And he's another guy like Chance Sisco who's great at getting on base. Doesn't do a whole lot else, though. Manny Machado, elite player. Great season out of him this year. Hit 279, 351, 526 with 41 homers, 116 RBI. And he's still an excellent defensive player. Freddie Zamora is a guy I wanted to show off. He was the 9th pick in the 2017 draft. So that's the draft where we took Jared Joseph, I believe. Might have been. No, it was a draft where we took Jared Joseph. That's right. Not Devin. Devin Ortiz was the first draft. Yeah, so that would be Jared Joseph's draft. Would be 27. Wait. No, this is the Devin Ortiz draft. 2018 would be. I don't know. I'm confused now. But I didn't want to do that. Freddie Zamora played in rookie ball for 2 years and suddenly just came up to the majors and wasn't very good. But he is an amazing defensive player, great shortstop and second baseman, and could be pretty similar to what we have in Luis Guillorme. And he's got a lot of potential, so it'll be interesting to see what he turns into if Baltimore becomes a consistent rival of ours in the playoffs throughout the series. A.J. Pollock, really good player. 5.5 wins this year he was worth, and he was signed as a free agent this past offseason, and he played worth the money they paid him this last season. Actually was better than the 2 seasons before hitting-wise that he was in Arizona. Not as great defensively, it looks like, but I don't really know why. I guess because he's playing left field instead of center. I really couldn't tell you. They got David Dahl from Colorado. Was a great player with Colorado. He was worth 5 wins in 2018, but then just suddenly could not hit anymore. And he had finished around league average, but he's not as good as he's been in years past. Jesse Winker, kind of the same case. Last 2 seasons in Cincinnati, he was an elite level hitter. At least this season he was an elite level hitter. The year before he was very good, maybe not elite, but great hitter. And then they acquired him from Cincinnati in spring training, it looks like, actually, and he was just terrible this season. He only had an 87 OPS plus. And Jerkson Profar is their DH, and he is very good defensively, but is playing DH for some reason. I would have switched Shope and Profar, but he's a very bad offensive player, but very good defensively. He has 3 wins almost, even though he had an 88 OPS plus. St. Louis fielding a. He was a plus 10 zone at second base this season, and he had a 488 range factor. I still don't know what these numbers mean, but the higher they are, well, I know what zone rating is. I don't know what the range factor is. The higher they are, the better they are, is kind of my philosophy on that. So that's their lineup. Is it any different versus lefties and righties? Yes, it is, actually. So against left-handers, it looks like they put this guy in, Daniel Paolini, in left field instead of at first or second base where he probably usually plays. You know, wow, this guy was great this year in the 253 plate appearances they had him. He was an elite level hitter, 876 OPS. Man, that's a good player. He should really be playing first base, but they have Chris Davis there instead. They play Paolini in left field, and this guy's kind of out of nowhere too, so that's interesting. Pollock is in center instead of left, and that's it. Everything else is the same. Alright, so I don't think it showed because the capture was stuck on the wildcard game screen, but I adjusted our pitching rotation, so we have Taijuan Walker, Lucas Giolito, Trevor Bauer, Chris Archer as our 1, 2, 3, 4. And Chris Archer is an interesting case because he actually played pretty well for us all season until his last couple of starts. Well, actually, he played pretty well in this start, but he had a couple bad starts down the stretch where he allowed 4 and 4 right here and only had 1 strikeout. And in this other game, he had 13 hits and only got 3 strikeouts, but he also walked 2. I don't know why we left him in so long, honestly. It's a very strange decision, but I don't control that, really, so other than that, I think we're ready to go. And also, I was trying to work out an extension with Taijuan Walker, and I submitted one, and it was 4 years, $56 million. So that's that. Anyway, I did it with someone else too. Didn't we give Shreve one? I believe. We were looking at it's going to cost $8 million a year to extend Shreve. So that's something that I'm going to have to take a little bit to think about. I don't really know. I think we might just have to see how free agency pans out, because the Shreve we found as a guy who wasn't great and just turned into an elite level relief pitcher for us. So I'm not 100% sure right now how everything's going to work out. But yeah, that's that. So our pitching rotation. So let's get into this game. So looks like everybody on their team has kind of sucked against Taijuan Walker, except for Chance Sisco and Jesse Winker's 2 for 6. That's not great, but and then on our side, Buchholz up. Cantu's 0 for 13 against Buchholz. Eudor Garcia's hit 222. Almora's hit 125. But Flores is 345. Candler is 353. Davidson's. This is kind of mixed results on this side. So, but Buchholz has played well against us in the past, and Taijuan Walker's played well against Baltimore. So this should be a really good pitching game, I guess. Even though Buchholz isn't great, he seems to have held us in check up to this point. All right. So for the first 3 or 4 innings, unless things get really out of hand, we're gonna go inning by inning. So Baltimore's up 1-0, and nothing really going on. And we tied it up. All right, so let's check the scoring. Manny Machado hit a solo shot, and Braxton Davidson grounded. It had an infield grounder, and it advanced. So, oh, this should have been a double play, and it wasn't, I guess. No, there was one out. Okay. And then this was the second out. All right. Got it. So this actually should have been, yeah, this should have been a double play, and it wasn't. So Carson Kelly scored off that when the bases were loaded. All right. How many pitches has Taijuan Walker thrown? See if we have to get somebody up. All right. So let's get somebody up in the bullpen. So they're going to righty-lefty pretty effectively. So we're going to have to counter with... Scribner kind of played like garbage for us, if I remember right. Actually, no, he had a .9 whip. A lot of runs, though. That's weird. He didn't have his high of a strikeout, but we also had a 235 BABIP, so that's not very good either. Let's try him, though. We're only going to warm him up, and we will also toss... Well, let's see. We're in the 6th, right? Let's throw Chapman, because we can always stretch out one of our two guys later on down the line, and we'll still have Bear Claw too, who can pitch potentially. So let's take this to a runner in scoring position, and we're out of that half inning. All right, so what's he at? 95. All right. Well, that was a good performance anyway. It's 4 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts in 6 innings. So definitely happy with that. And since it's going to be 2 lefties coming up, we'll put in Chapman, and we'll sit down. Well, actually, is there a way to keep them ready? No, I don't think so. All right, well, we'll see what happens. All right, let's go another half inning, and nothing happening. Kind of being held in check so far. So let's go to a runner in scoring position, and we got out of that inning. All right, so let's sit down Scribner, and we'll put in, where's he? Rosuna. Well, we do this half inning, and it's still a 1-1 game late in this one. Clay Buchholz is still going, it looks like, too. And he's only thrown 85, so we're not really working counts the way we probably should. Alright, let's go to a runner in scoring position, and what? Oh, that was my bad. Okay, probably shouldn't have done that. Roberto Osuna's in, though, looks like. Baltimore's up 2-1 now, though, so what happened? Probably another home run. Yeah, or Paolini hit a home run. Exactly what I thought was going to happen. Somebody was going to hit a home run. But Paolini's the right-hander. A right-hander off a right-hander. He doesn't even play. He must have pinch hit. Yeah, he was a pinch hitter. Okay. Let's go another at bat, and we're going to get Dolls out by a step. All right. Let's go to the rest of the half inning. And we'll warm up. Why does it keep doing this? Warm up Chase and Shreve. Alright, let's go at bat by at bat. See if we can tie this one up. Jeremy Jefferson, so Clippard's probably going to close. And Davidson swings and is out. Pop up. Candelario's up. That one's out into center, and that's a base hit. Alright, so we got 1 on. And Trace Thompson is up. 0 for 3, and he gets called out on 3rd strike. Eudor Garcia. And that's out into center, and Candelario's over to 3rd, so we got runners on the corners with 2 outs for Wilmer Flores. Let's see if he can deliver. 0-2, and that's the 3rd strike. And Wilmer Flores' rough season continues. And we're also going to have the worst part of our lineup up. So let's put Jason Shreve in, see if he can shut things down. Only blown 3 saves all year. And Chris Davis is on with the leadoff walk. That's not good. Shup. And this one's gone. Alright, well, we're definitely not coming back from this one now. But we'll still go at bat by at bat. That was terrible. Bad start to the playoffs. But Almora's out out into center field, and that's going to be a double. So that's nice. Maybe we can get something going. See if Carson Kelly can do it. We're going to pinch hit for Guillorme too. Alright, Carson Kelly out into left center, and Almora's over to third. Alright, so we are making this comeback, it looks like. Alright, so yeah, I want somebody to hit Guillorme against Guillorme. Who's pitching for them is the question. Jeffress still. They didn't put in Clippard apparently. That's weird. Alright. Let's hit Gong for him. Or Kong. I don't really actually know what his name is. Oh wait, I don't want him to pitch. Oops. Gong. In for Guillorme. Alright. Gong's had a pretty good offensive year. Let's see if he can do it. And Gong swinging, and that's going to be caught. But it is going to score 1, and we need any run we can get. So that was worth it, I would say. All right, Cantu up, 2 for 4 on the day, and that's out. But Carson Kelly's over to second. I guess that's decently productive. All right, Braxton Davidson, it's all up to you. And this one is not going to be thrown, so runners on the corners again. This one's for Candelario. Let's see what happens. 2 outs. Swung on, and it's thrown over to first. So a dramatic ending, but Vancouver cannot come back from the late struggles on the pitching side of things. So not a great start, but definitely have stuff we can improve on from that game. Alright, so we are all saved after the first game. And I'm going to be saving after every game, so I'll probably be cutting out. But let's get into game number 2 now. And hopefully we can not fall victim to such unlucky events again. We will have Lucas Giolito on the mound. He's not played very well against Baltimore, it looks like. And Drew Hutchison's played pretty well against us. And Manny Machado's killed Giolito apparently as well. It's probably why we've lost so much. But looks like Guillorme's been amazing against Drew Hutchison. 2 home runs, probably more than he's hit in his entire career. Everybody else has been kind of terrible though, so it's kind of concerning. It's hard to get owned. It's like really not a good sign when you're getting owned by a really bad starting pitcher. But we'll go inning by inning again until like the 4th or 5th, unless we really run into trouble, and then we'll change our approach a little bit. Baltimore's killing us so far, and we're through 5 scoreless for both sides. And it actually looks like we're still favored by the win probability, but it's been pretty. No, actually, it looks like Baltimore is. Giolito's only thrown 67. He has 5 strikeouts, only 3 hits. Hutchison's played pretty much exactly the same, actually. Alright, we'll go half inning again. Well, actually, we'll go to a runner in scoring position. And that got us through that inning, actually. So, we'll go another half inning, I guess. But this time, well, actually, Giolito, we'll try to stretch a Giolito out another inning. But go to all pitchers. And we will get Chapman up. Just in case, because Baltimore got a lot of left-handers coming up. Well, actually, no, they really. That's our lineup. Whoops. Yeah, they have a lot of left-handers coming up. Because Cisco, Profar, well, Profar's a switch hitter, but Winker after that. Yeah, we'll get Chapman up. All right, let's hope we can get something out of this. All right, well, we got a run. All right, let's see what it was. Probably a home run, but not gonna jump to any conclusions. So Luis Guillorme drew a walk. There was a wild pitch. He went to second, and then he went to third on a grounder. And then Braxton Davidson was intentionally walked. Candelario was at bat, and there was a wild pitch, so Guillorme scored. I guess that's the kind of runs you have to score in a game like this, though. Alright, so Chris Davis, Shope, and Cisco. Let's see if anybody can manufacture anything. And Cisco was the one. So we'll see if so there are 2 outs. I want to see if we can get Giolito to get through this inning, because he's only thrown 81, and if he can get past this last batter, then we won't have to use Chapman. But this one's out into right, and Cisco is in to score. Alright, that's not good. Probably shouldn't have done that then. Let's put Chapman in. Didn't want to have to, but hopefully he can get out of this one. And Paolini's going to come in as well. That's not good. And Paolini hits it out into left, it looks like. And that's going to be runners on the corners. Alright, come on. We need 1 out. Let's see if we can get it on Zamora, and that's a strikeout. Alright. And that's the 7th inning stretch. So, where are we in our lineup? We're in the middle of our lineup. Trace Thompson has done fucking nothing all series. Neither is Wilmer Flores. That's disappointing. Wilmer Flores had such a bad year too. Alright, what do we want to do? Their lineup's gonna have a lot of righties coming up, so I guess we'll keep Chapman in for Dahl, and we'll stretch Osuna, see if he can get him up. Hopefully he'll be ready to go if something happens with Dahl. Alright, so let's send this half inning because I don't really care that much. I'm more concerned about preventing runs. I think eventually our offense will come around. Alright, well, we'll be the top of our lineup at in the 8th, so I guess that's a good sign. Alright, let's see, can Dahl stay off base? And that's a grounder. Alright. Well, it was a good effort by 2/3 of an inning from Aroldis in 8 pitches. But we're going to put Osuna in. Even though he's not, well, actually, he didn't play very good in the first game. And that's an out. Alright, so we got 2 out. See if we can get out of this. And that's a home run, it looks like. Alright, so continuing to not have a great game or a great series is Osuna. Let's get up Chase and Shreve. We're going to lose like every game by 1 run, it seems like. Well, I guess we actually lost by 2 runs in the first game, but alright, that's an out. That ends the inning. But Baltimore's up now. Alright, let's see if we can come back. We got the top of our lineup against Tyler Clippard. Cantu is going to ground out. So that's not a great start. Braxton Davidson, maybe he can get something against Clippard. Left-hander against right-hander. And that's another ground out. Alright, brings up Candelario. Switch hitter. 1 for 3. And that one is going to be caught in the outfield. Alright, so we have the most unproductive part of our lineup coming up when we need a 1 run. That's not a great omen. Push Shreve in. See if we can hold things down. Alright, well, he got through that inning. Very well. Alright. Trace Thompson. 0 for 3. And he grounds out. Not a great look. Eudor Garcia up. 1 for 2. And he is going to not be able... He's going to beat it out. It's infield single. Alright, Wilmer Flores is up now. Flores, and that is a double play to end the game. We're down 2-0 in this series, and they're going to have 2 games in Baltimore, so this is not a great sign. And this is the second game in a row where we were playing well, and we had the lead, and then we blew it. So I don't know what's going on. Our bullpen was great all season. We had like the best bullpen ERA in the entire AL. And now our bullpen is going to be the downfall of us, apparently. Well, let's see if we can come back. We got Trevor Bauer on the mound, and Dylan Bundy is ready to go for them, so that's not great. Bauer is kind of crap this year, and Dylan Bundy was great for them the last couple seasons, so that's not looking too hot so far. Alright, let's go inning by inning. Alright, we're up 2-0. Alright, we're up 3-2. Baltimore got 2. And now it's tied. Let's go to the game log. Alright, so top 2. A single for Wilmer Flores. A single for Albert Almora, bringing Wilmer Flores over to second. Guillorme doubles, both home, so that's the first 2. Top of the third, Braxton Davidson hits a solo shot. Jurickson Profar in the bottom. Jesse Winker, so that's 2 on. David Dahl singles. Profar home. And then Pollock singles Winker home. And then Shope hits a triple, and Jesse Winker hits a fly ball, takes him out. Takes him back home. Alright, let's get Trevor Bauer as far away from this game as possible. Very soon. We're in the 5th, so I guess we'll warm up Bear Claw. And we'll see. Well, actually, we have the top half of this inning now. We're away. Alright. 2 hits, but we couldn't get anything. Alright. Let's put Bear Claw in. And we will warm up. Should we warm up Chapman or Segrist? I'm going to warm up Scribner, too, as a right-hander, potentially. In case Bear Claw comes out and immediately just sucks. Scribner. I don't know if I want to. I'll warm up Segrist too, just in case. Alright, let's go to this at bat. Because if he can get through this at bat, I'm going to probably give him the rest of the inning. And that is an out. Alright. Let's see if he can make it through this inning. Braxton Davidson was injured. That's not good. Alright, well, I guess we'll put in Dustin Ackley. Okay, apparently. So, I guess what must have happened. Actually, I have no clue. Let's go to the game log and look. Yeah, how was Braxton Davidson hurt? I guess fielding? I have no idea. Why did it tell me that time, though? Last time there was an injury, it didn't tell me. In 16. I guess it might have fixed that. Alright, so we'll put Dustin Ackley in left field. Yeah. I think that's what we'll do. He's good in left field, right? Yeah, alright, it's the best position. I guess we'll turn to the game. Well, actually, can we move around our lineup? No. Okay. I didn't think he could, but like it was just an idea I had. So we're up. Let's sim this half inning, and we gave. Oh, I didn't get anybody else up though. That's the thing. Should have got up Chapman. So there's a left-handed part of their lineup. Let's put in Kevin Segrist. Sit down. Well, actually, we'll keep Scribner up for this inning, and if we don't use him this inning, we'll sit him down. But we'll get Chapman as well. Alright, so until runner in scoring position for Baltimore. And they already have 2 on with just 1 out. Alright, so let's take Segrist out. And they got righties coming up, so that's our lineup, actually. But actually, this is the same. So we'll put Scribner in, and we'll leave. I didn't want to do that. I hate this sometimes. Alright, so we'll put Scribner in, and we'll leave Chapman stretching. And we'll go at bat by at bat. This is a close game still. Alright, Jurickson Profar up and swings. And it's a pop-up infield fly. And it's caught by Eudor Garcia. Alright. Jesse Winker up. And that's a ground out. Alright. It's a productive productive 2 batters for Evan Scribner. And now Carson Kelly's at bat for us. Aroldis Chapman will be pitching next. And we'll get up Osuna just in case something stupid happens. Alright. Let's see if anyone can get in scoring position for us. Alright. Somebody scored. Nice. We need those. Solo homer for Carson Kelly. Very nice. Alright, let's try to get through the rest of this half inning. Baltimore up with Zamora now. We put Chapman in. Let's see if he can get through the inning. And David Dahl's on with 1 out. Alright. We'll go at bat by at bat again. Pollock's up. And that's the ball. Alright. Let's do one more. See if we can get a grounder for a double play. Machado up. And didn't get a double, but that wasn't out. But there's going to be runners on second and third now. And Chris Davis. You know, I'm going to leave a left-hander in to face Chris Davis because Chris Davis is a great hitter anyway. So, I mean, if anything, I like my chances of Chapman more. And that's going to score 1. And that's going to score 2. Alright, so they take a 5-4 lead. And I might as well leave him in. Not going to make a difference now, I don't think. And that is a wild pitch. But doesn't finish the at-bat. Shoop. And that's a strikeout. Alright. Again, we were playing well, and now we just gave up a lead. So that's not good. Let's put Osuna in next inning. And we'll... Why does it keep doing this? Chasing Shreve. And we'll go at bat by at bat because it's elimination late in the game. If we lose, we are done in only 3 games. And that's a strikeout for Trace Thompson. And that's going to be a hit out to left for Eudor Garcia. So it's just a single, though. We'll see if Wilmer Flores can get anything going. And that's going to be out to right. And it's first and third with 1 out for Albert Almora. 1 for 3. And that's a 3rd strike. That's not good. Alright, Carson Kelly up to bat. Having a pretty good playoff run so far. 3 for 8. And he's going out to left field. And that's going to be an RBI single. Alright, tied up 5-5. And we got runners on first and second still for Luis Guillorme against the right-hander. Let's see if he can get anything going. 2 for 3 so far in this game. That's going to be up the middle. And it's mishandled by Shoop. It's an error, and now the bases are loaded. Alright, Ricardo Cantu. Arguably our best hitter. Let's see if he can get anything. 1 for 3 with a walk. 0-2, swing, and it is caught by Machado. Of course. That would be the side that he would hit it to. Well, can't complain though, it's a tie game. Got Osuna in. Let's see what happens. And I believe I put Shreve up already as well. Chance Cisco 1 for 2 with a walk. Swing and a miss. And that's a strikeout. Start out the inning. And Chasen Shreve is up as well. Alright, Jerkson Profar. And that's going to be a grounder. And he's out. 2 outs. 2-2 count for Winker. And swung out into left. And it is going to be caught. Sliding attempt for Dustin Ackley. It's a tie game at 5 still. Alright, that was the best performance from Osuna this entire playoffs. So I'm not going to be disappointed with that. Chasen Shreve up. Is going. New pitcher next inning. Dustin Ackley up to bat. With Tyler Clippard coming in the game. Ackley swings on this one, and it's actually going to be a hit out into right field. So we got a runner on. And Candelario's up to bat. 1 for 4 on the afternoon. And that's grounded, and it's double play. That's not good. Well, so much for the excitement of the first batter. We got Trace Thompson up the bat. Maybe he can get something done. 0 for 4 on the day. Swung out to left. That's a bouncer up against the wall, it looks like. And that is actually, yep, second. Going to a double. So 2 outs for Eudor Garcia against Tyler Clippard. 1 for 4 on the afternoon, and that's it. That's a grounder. That's going to get us out of the inning. Wilmer Flores will be up to lead off the 10th if we get a stop here. Let's see, though. Paolini coming up to bat to start things off. Jason Shreve, the new pitcher, pitching to him. And Paolini coming in. And he is going to strike out. Alright, that's probably the first time I think we've got him to not do something this entire series. So I'm happy with that. David Dahl, that's going to be a liner out into right. And that's going to get him on. Only a single. And AJ Pollock's up to bat. 1 for 3 with an RBI. And he's going to ground this one. It's just going to be to first, but it gets us to 2 outs. So any type of out is acceptable at this point. They're not going to score on a fly ball. I don't think anyway. Well, no, because they have 2 outs. Machado, and that's a grounder. Going to get to first in time. We're headed to extras in an elimination game. So Baltimore can walk this off. They're on to the ALCS. If Vancouver can hold Baltimore and score, then this is going to be a Game 4 situation. Wilmer Flores up to bat. 2 for 4 on the afternoon, and that's going to be a grounder. The struggles continue for Wilmer Flores. Albert Almora now. 1-2 for Clippard, and that's going to be another ground out. And now Carson Kelly. 2 for 4 on the afternoon. 1-0 pitch. And that is going to be caught. Almost a home run. Very close. Very close. Let's leave Jason Shreve in for now. We're going to have to start throwing Castro, though, I think. We've used up everybody else in our bullpen. So, we'll see what happens. Because Shreve's only going to be able to go 2, I think. Alright, that was a nice play right there. Jonathan Schupp is up to bat. And that's going to be another ground out. And actually it was very close, but he's called out. Chance Sisco now up to bat. The catcher. And that's hit deep, not really deep, out into right, left center, but it's going to be caught. And it's still a 5-5 game. Luis Guillorme up to bat against Tyler Clippard. He's 2 for 4 in the afternoon. Hit up the middle, and that is going to get him on first. Alright, so our lineup cycles. Luis Guillorme has been very productive in that 9th spot. Let's see if Cantu can get anything here. 1 for 4 in the afternoon. Swung on, out and to right, and it's going to be a fly ball. And he hauls it in and right. Alright. Struggles for Ricardo Cantu continue as well. Dustin Ackley up. 3-2 count. And that is a pop-up behind home plate. So probably going to waste the leadoff hit again. Candelario, though. And he gets that one out into right. Runners on first and third as Candelario makes it over to, Guillorme makes it over to third. All right, here's Trace Thompson up to bat. Let's see if he can do anything. And looks like that's going to be caught on the line drive. All right, Shreve. Is Shreve good to go for one more inning? Apparently so. Actually, we got to leave Miguel Castro up because he's got to be ready to go at any point. All right, Profar, and that is a strikeout. Let's leave Shreve in for Winker, and no, we'll leave him in for Paolini too. Paolini scares me, and that's another strike 3. It's gonna be Paolini again. And that is out into center field. Alright, not great. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, Shreve is exhausted now. Alright, let's put in Miguel Castro. See if he can get something against David Dahl. Three for 5. Swings. Grounder. Over to second, and that's going to be it. We're going to go to 12th now. And we'll see if Eudor Garcia can do anything. And that is going to be grounder. And our entire team is going to be gassed after this one. Wilmer Flores. And that is going to be it. For that at bat, he's going to walk. So that is going to bring up Albert Almora, 1 for 5 on the afternoon, and this is going to be a double play ball. Alright, not great. We need to really get something going. We have not scored in 4 innings now. Alright, A.J. Pollock up to bat. And it's a ground out. So that's good. We got Manny Machado up. How perfect is this narrative? 0 for 5, and he gets a hit. Alright, well, that's not a home run. That's what I thought it was going to happen. Chris Davis. 1 for 5, and that's a strikeout. And the runner's safe at second. Alright, apparently Manny Machado took second on that strikeout. So it must have been a hit and run that didn't work. Jonathan Schopp over to second, and that's going to be out. Alright. Weak part of their lineup coming up. Hopefully we can take advantage. But we also have a weak part of our lineup at the bat right now. So Carson Kelly, 2 for 5 on the afternoon. Or evening, I guess, because it's the playoffs. And that's a pop-up. That's not good. No good on that one. I did not want to scout Manny Machado. Alright, Luis Guillorme. Having a pretty good day. But he's probably not going to continue that. And that is going to be a pop-up into center. Alright, Ricardo Cantu. See if he can get something. 1 for 5 on the afternoon with a walk. And it's high. Fly ball. And it's caught. Yep, it is caught. 5-5. Only an inning and a third for Miguel Castro. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up Hisashi Iwakuma. But I'm not going to put him in quite yet. We'll get him up. Because if Miguel Castro can make it through this inning, then I'll go to Hisashi Iwakuma. But if we run into trouble, we're going to need him. So, Cisco 1 for 4 in the afternoon. And this is a fly ball out to left. And it is caught by Dustin Ackley. Made some pretty good defensive plays on this afternoon so far. We were really missing Braxton Davidson's bat. But Dustin Ackley has been pretty good. Alright, well, Profar was hit, but he is hurt. And he's going to have to be taken out. So, Huvier is coming in. And that's actually going to kind of work against us now because we don't have a left-hander who can take advantage of that. But Profar's out. So there's that, I guess. Winker swung on out to right. That's going to land. Alright. So, runners on the corners now. Let's give Castro the chance. Because if we get a grounder, it should be a double play. So Paolini. And he is safe at home. And Vancouver is swept in the playoffs by a wild card team. Alright, so I cut out because after the end of that last game, it glitched out. The final score is 6-5. I think there should be like news of it somewhere. Maybe, I don't really know. If I click right here, does it show it? Yeah, alright. So, they swept us, as I said, and not great. Really not happy about our performance in the playoffs. And it wasn't like even like we did bad. We played well. We just didn't play well enough, and we kept pretty much choking at the end of every game. Like if it shows, like every game was close, and we were on the losing end of every single one. And I think at some point that's not even they move stuff. Yeah, reports and info. Okay. So that wasn't what I wanted. This is the first game, and we lost 4-2 after almost coming back. We lost 2-1 in this game, and then we lost 5-6 in 13 innings. So we were just on the losing end of every single game, and it's frustrating. But we'll do the rest of the playoffs really quickly, and then get into the offseason next episode. Because I don't really want to talk about I really don't want to talk about that anymore. But we'll see. Braxton Davidson's out. I really don't care, though. That's the thing. And we have a lot of things to tend to in the future. So we were also trying to negotiate with Trevor Bauer. Let's place him on the let's place Braxton Davidson on the 60-day DL. So we'll deal with the contracts in the next episode, though. Next episode is going to be the offseason. It's going to be a very important offseason. We got a lot of pending potential free agents, which I'll show you guys in a second. So Minnesota beat Tampa Bay in Game 5, LA over Colorado in 4, and New York over Chicago in 4. All right. So ALCS is about to start, and Joey Ricard's eligible to come off the DL. So we'll just, I guess, place him on the active roster. Or activate from disabled list. Not that it really matters, because we're not playing anymore, but alright. Tied 1-1. And we're negotiating with a couple guys just to see generally what they were asking for, but we'll figure out what they actually are going to be, what they would actually sign for if or in this off season. So but I'll go over that quickly before we get into that. And Twins are up 2-1, tied 2-2 now. Dodgers over 2-1 over the Cubs. That's tied 2-2. Twins take a 3-2 lead over the Orioles. Dodgers take a 3-2 lead over the Cubs. The Twins close it out over the Orioles. So we didn't even lose to the AL winner. We lost to the second place AL team. So we were like pretty much, other than the team that made the wild card, we were the worst playoff team this year, and that's upsetting. Dodgers 3-2 over the Cubs still, and the Dodgers close it out. So it's gonna be Twins-Dodgers in the World Series. I believe this will be the Twins' first World Series appearance since the what did they play in '91 with the Kirby Puckett home run? I don't remember what year that was, but that was I believe that was their last World Series appearance. And the Twins take Game 1, beating Clayton Kershaw 5-0, and it's tied at 1, as that's a 10-7 game today in Minnesota, and the Dodgers win that one. The Dodgers win the second one as well, so it's even win 3 straight in Minnesota. No, Minnesota's going to take 1 to force it to go back to LA. And Clayton Kershaw again. Man, Clayton Kershaw in the postseason. It's quite a marvel. Alright. Potential closeout game for the Dodgers. And they win it, and I believe that's their second World Series of this expansion franchise. We'll go check very quickly. Where are they? Dodgers. That's their second World Series, I believe. Yeah, second straight. So they're just turning into a dynasty so far. Alright. That's going to do it for this episode, I believe. But before we go, I will show you guys the... What was I looking for? Oh, the salaries. It's the front office. So, potentially this upcoming offseason, we might have a lot of potential guys to be either free agents or in their last year of arbitration. So, Wilmer Flores' salary ticks up an extra $1 million this next season. Ricardo Cantu's got 4 more years. Taijuan Walker, Trevor Bauer, and Chasen Shreve and Roberto Osuna are all in the last year of arbitration. We might have to choose between Osuna and Shreve. I think I might just choose whichever one's cheaper. And Osuna actually probably because he's younger. And just, I wouldn't say he's just as good, but he's pretty good and could maybe not be exactly what Shreve was for us, but be pretty comparable. And also younger and probably less expensive. Almora's in his first year of ARB next year, so is Candelario. Giolito hits his first year of arbitration. Somebody has a option. Chris Archer's got it. So Chris Archer's got a team option. We are going to be declining that. He's not going to be returning next year. Hisashi Iwakuma has a vesting option, but he did not meet it because I said it at 30 games started, and he did not start 30 games this season. He missed actually most of the year, and he was kind of terrible when he came back off of injury. so not going to be returning him. And I'm thinking about potentially trading Trevor Bauer this offseason if he is going to command too much money. So that's going to be another thing that we might have to worry about. So just a quick outlook, though. If we look by, that's really not what I wanted, actually. If we look by guys who we could have to potentially replace them in the pipeline, we did acquire Mike Fultonovich in that trade, and I said pretty much the reason that we traded for him was we were going to start him this next season. We wanted to have him in the system, and we just arbitration control him this year. It was in that trade with Tampa Bay that we got him, and apparently he's on Montreal as well at some point. But he was on Tampa Bay, and he was part of the Chris Archer trade. And we got a couple other guys down in the minors. We got Tim Formakis, who made pretty decent progress this last season. So I'm excited to see if he can finally break through at the major league level. And if not, we're going to have a lot of problems because I'm actually kind of relying on him. And we're going to need to acquire another starter potentially in any Trevor Bauer trade, because choosing between Trevor Bauer and Taijuan Walker, he's better and younger. Trevor Bauer's been decent for us the last 2 seasons, but definitely a guy I think could fetch quite a bit in a trade. So anyway, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more OOTP 18 expansion franchise.